Good afternoon, everyone. I hope you're awake because you're going to miss a lot if you don't listen to me. Now, anyway, are we ready? So today I'm going to talk about our experience on how we used our products, our Philippine craft spirits, which are tropical inspired drinks, to contribute to the sustainable development of the country and to help in poverty reduction. So, can we have this? Ano ba dito? How? Okay. Where am I? Here. Here. Okay. So our company is the oldest distillery in the Philippines. We are not the largest, but yes, Robert, you are correct. We're the best. And according to Congressman Yap, we are the most innovative. And just to give you a brief on our company history, we are 5 generations of master blenders and distillers. There's the founder, who is Don Bonifacio Limpe-Aw. He did come from China, and followed by my great-grandfather, Lim Chai Seng, my grandfather, James, my late father, Julius Limpe, and that's me, 5th generation. Unfortunately, my father had no sons, and that's fortunate for me, or else I wouldn't be here today. Yes. You know how it is in Chinese families that there is gender preference with respect to their offspring. So, being from a family of 7 daughters, well, he had no choice but to choose one of the daughters. Okay, so this is 1st generation, and as I mentioned to you, he came from China and he brought with him this Chinese medicinal wine that's made with a cocktail of Chinese herbs that's supposed to bring the balance of yin and yang, which is the key to good health. And from then on, so that's the one, we call it Shoktong. So Shok Hok Tong was the brand name, which eventually became the generic term for this type of product. And the 2nd generation, Lim Chai Seng, introduced rums and more Chinese medicinal wine. So rum is, of course, made from molasses spirit. And this was probably the first take on sustainable development, using something that's from the Philippines. And my grandfather was the one that introduced, James Limpe was the one that introduced vodka, that's Tosca vodka, which up to today, we're still marketing and producing, and Four Feathers whiskey. So then, under the American regime, we learned how to import raw materials from the US, which is not very sustainable, I guess, but that was the thing then, right? We liked imported products. And my father, the 4th generation, Julius Limpe, was really an inventor and an industrialist. He developed patents for the acceleration of the aging of distilled spirits. He built major plants. We have the only distilled London dry gin facility in the Philippines. And he's also the man behind the iconic White Castle whiskey. We are known for this advertising where we have the girl in the red bikini on a horse, but I'm not going to show you that today. Okay? Anyway, so we had also many other products like sangria, we have brandy, rums, all kinds of stuff. And which we produce, and it has undergone some packaging update to make it more relevant to today's market. And of course, for me, I had to find my own, niche because it's our family's policy that each generation must contribute something to our business. And for me, being a woman, I thought of I thought of producing something that would represent, me as a person and not just stick to the standard spirits. And so I thought of a strategic position for our company, which is just to give you a brief on the market. we are a 93% mass market in the Philippines. And as Robert was talking about, that's big business talking to government, to influence legislation, because it's a huge market. And there is a small minority market. And so we, in Distillery Limpe-Aw, chose to concentrate on this segment of the market that's really virtually untapped, which is the middle class. So we have a very small AAA market, and we have a 93% mass market. And how did we tap that market? We decided to come up with products that were non-existent then. And through innovation, of course, we came out with cool products, products that have never been produced, and that will cater to a market that can afford to buy something more expensive and more premium than the mass products. And we did this through a whole new category of wines and spirits. And this has added excitement to the industry. It has also allowed us to keep up to date with worldwide trends, producing artisanal, small batch craft spirits. And it has also allowed us to impact farming communities and thereby have sustainable supply of raw materials. It also enabled us to produce brands that we could export to different markets, and it has provided the impetus for the Philippine food movement, no? And making our Philippine culinary renaissance something of a reality. Because before it was very colonial market, and now we find that a lot of establishments, restaurants, bars, hotels are now carrying Philippine products, and we're very proud to be one of the initiators of this movement. So these are our craft spirits, and I'll go through it very quickly. So we have the first product we introduced in the Philippine craft spirits line is our Paradise Mango Rum Liquor, and it's a product that's made with Philippine mangoes, which is the best in the world, of course. And a lot of people pay premium price for Philippine mangoes, higher prices than any mangoes in the world. And we use rum as a base for this because we are a sugar-producing country. And this has become kind of like our national liquor in the Philippines. And because of its success, actually, there followed more craft spirits, but it wasn't until I was convinced by no less than our Agriculture Secretary that time, Congressman Yap. Let's give him a round of applause. When I was interviewing him for Asian Dragon magazine, he was our cover story many years back. He told me that he really liked what we did with our mango, and he said, "Don't stop there. Why confine yourself to mango?" Remember, Art? And he said, "Why don't you look at the other fruits and produce from the Philippines and try to do something about it?" So I said, "Oh, yeah, I'll think about it," right? So in 2010, it was the start of the coffee craze. And being a coffee lover myself, I thought, why not? Why not make a coffee liquor? But I wanted to make it really Filipino. So how do I make it Filipino as compared to other coffee liquors of the world? I decided to use our Barako coffee beans. And Barako is our Excelsa and Liberica beans. Of course, I put in this usual Arabica and Robusta, but made it more Filipino by using our local coffee. And the result is our Amadeo coffee liquor. Amadeo is the coffee capital in the Philippines, so it celebrates our coffee capital, and we're proud that Amadeo municipality is also very proud of our product, and they also promote it in all the activities and festivities that they have. There. The next that we produce is the Manila Liquor Collection. So it is like a limoncello, but we made it Filipino by using Filipino ingredients like our calamansi. So if you've been here, have you tried the little limes that we have? That's calamansi. And what we do is basically to extract the essential oils from the rind and put it in a vodka base to make it into this product. And in all that we do, we make sure that we put in a lot of Philippine elements in the packaging. So the name Manil is Manila in French or Mani in French. And we put in a lot of, here we got the embroidery of the Barong Tagalog and incorporated it into our packaging design. So it's really, with everything that we do, we are proud of being Filipino, and we make sure that it comes across in our packaging. And then, of course, we have our very old Captain Rum, which is a dark rum it's a batch distilled rum using our molasses. And Philippine molasses is one of the best in the world, thanks to the inefficiency of our sugar industry. The less efficient our milling, sugar milling, the better our molasses. And so you must try our rum, okay? So it's a batch distilled rum that's blended with a light rum and made into a very old Captain artisan crafted dark rum, okay? And then we have our traditional regional wines like Basi. Basi is a sugarcane wine, and we make it in accordance with internationally accepted wine processes, which is an improvement from the traditional way of making it. Of course, we give it some nice packaging to make it really attractive to mainstream markets. We also have dragon fruit wine from Ilocos Norte. So these are now the regional drinks. We're buying the ingredients from the regions. So we're buying the red dragon fruit from Ilocos Norte. That's the province of the Marcoses. And red dragon fruit is something that the Chinese like because of the health benefits. Okay? And then we have a cooking wine that's made with a sorghum spirit and infused with our native garlic and onions. And it takes the place of sauteing. If you don't want to saute with garlic and onion, just add it to your dish and you have an emulsific dish, as we call it. So what are the benefits and what was our experience in using our local products in developing our brands? Well, for one, you do your country proud. Okay? And you get to contribute to nation building by buying direct from farmers. So what we do is we bypass the middleman, and whatever price we would pay, the middleman is the price that we pay the farmers. So they get more money out of selling to us than selling to the middleman. And for us, that is one way that we can help in nation building. One way to help our farmers make more money and to help them, to encourage them to plant more, and perhaps, for younger people to get into farming. See, so these are our farmers: mangoes, coffee, calamansi, This is, below, you have the pictures of coconut trees. This is how we make lambanog, or what we call the coconut spirit. So you kind of like deflower the tree, and by slivering the heart of the coconut, it produces the white sap. And from there, we ferment it, and then we distill it into a lambanog. So these bamboo walkways are called karitan. Imagine the man has to climb the tree. We call them magkakarit. They have to climb the tree every morning, every afternoon, just to collect a few ml of the sap. And you collect it from tree to tree, and then after you collect it, then you ferment and distill. So it's really a back-breaking job, but it's something that is part of our tradition, and we would like to make that known to the world through the products that we produce. This is sugarcane crushing. And then, of course, you get to work with the country's movers and shakers. We use brand ambassadors like chefs, celebrities. Apa Ungpin was our brand ambassador for Rounds because he's a rum connoisseur. And there. And we tell our stories through the people who share the same advocacy. So choose people who share the same values as you do, and they work with them to tell the story. So here, that's to your left is the Vice Governor of Ilocos Sur. He's now a congressman as well. In the middle is the governor, Governor Amy Marcos from Ilocos Norte. Of course, it's Apa Umpin. We have a celebrity chef and TV host as our brand ambassador for Calamansi, our Manil Calamansi liquor. See, more. And we also work with bartenders. They promote the brands. They develop drinks using our products for different establishments. And for the Manil, we also use, why do we have soap there? The byproduct, after we produce the spirit, is made into an ingredient for soap making. And so the byproduct becomes another value-added product. And we work with a cosmetic manufacturer to make this soap. So it's all natural. So of course, if you tell a good story and you work with the farmers, you get good publicity. So it's also there. That's Imelda Marcos. The cooking wine is named after her, and she was there during the launch. There. We have our Senate President proudly promoting our Manil Calamansi, our Senator Angara, even the former mayor of Davao, see, posing proudly with our products. Now, you also create awareness for your brand by telling the story of your stakeholders and how it impacts their lives and communities. So, by building your brand, you're in effect helping to build communities. Unfortunately, we don't have audio, so I can't show you my video. So we will bypass this. So there's more publicity, so by having more publicity, you create awareness, and as your brand becomes bigger, you're able to buy more from the farmers. When you buy more from the farmers, you help them with their livelihood. So it becomes better. You're actually contributing to the growth of the farmer and their economy. There. See? So that's a lot of publicity. And then, of course, you get your awards. People appreciate what you do. They recognize the contributions to the community so they give you all kinds of awards, which is good for your brand. And of course, it's really difficult to do it without the help of government. So the role of government is very important in promoting and facilitating the development of this entrepreneurial environment. And for our company, we work very closely with the Department of Agriculture because it was the Department of Agriculture that has connected us with all these farming communities. I mean, how could you find the supplier of this product or that product? It's really difficult. Normally, big business would resort to buying from the middleman because they make it easy for you. It's not easy to buy from farmers because you have to deal with so many logistical restrictions. It's difficult to deal with them because they're not really organized. They're not really business people, especially in the Philippines. In other more developed countries, yes, they consider it as a business, but here it's more of a profession. So the DA, Department of Agriculture, was very instrumental in connecting us with farming communities. And they were also very helpful that if a farming community lacks technical know-how or needs logistical support, they were also there to help the farming communities. So they really want business to support, but they know that not all farming communities are organized. There are some that are organized, they have cooperatives to do it, but a lot of them are not. So that's why we work closely with the Department of Agriculture. And if you work with them, of course, they also help you promote your products. There. So that's our Department of Agriculture Secretary, our Undersecretary. So the local government will also do the same, no? So like the Department of Agriculture, they will also support their farmers there. So for me, it's important to make a conscious effort to make a difference. And so it's important to have the vision, the passion, the will, and the grit to make your ideas a reality. No matter how difficult, Always have in mind that it's important that you make a little bit of more of sacrifice, because the value that you add to that sacrifice is so much more and means a lot to the people that you help, and the people that help you build your business. And you will get a sense of satisfaction that what you have done, that you have done your share in contributing to the sustainable economic development of your country. Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Olivia.